Hi, my name is Daniel, but people call me Danny. I want to start off by touching on a very important subject. Right now, as of just a few days ago, a $28 billion industry is basically being taken down overnight here in the United States of America, the land of the free, without any warning, without any sensitivity towards anybody's feelings. An entire market was destroyed overnight. $28 billion, over 300,000 jobs on the line right now. And I fought my whole life so things wouldn't be here where they are today as of just a few days ago, and now we're already back to where I was when I was 15. I was arrested for $5 worth of low quality cannabis at school. I was arrested, taken down to the juvie center, told that I was a bad kid, a criminal, and that I was going to live a horrible life if I kept down that route. I was very upset that everyone was so mad at me for something that I felt didn't really make me a bad person. So I started doing my research. And when I was 15, I really got into becoming an activist at that young age, after everyone told me that cannabis was wrong and that I should be ashamed of myself and that I'm a bad person. I was stuck in outpatient rehab with heroin addicts and cocaine addicts, having to attend twice a week. My dad was Florida Highway Patrol, so it didn't make things any better at the house. I never had a good relationship with him, and finally, over the years, we have a solid relationship now. But it took my entire life because of my view on cannabis and the fact that he is a police officer. The federal government has decided to decimate a $28 billion company, and nobody even knows about it yet. People are getting arrested in vape shops across the country, and they don't even know why, because they were unaware that it was snuck into the spending bill to reopen the government. The very law that Trump created in 2018 to legalize hemp, he just recently closed. Now, this video isn't a video about Trump or about any of whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. This is about cold, hard truth. And the truth is they just don't care. They don't care what they have done to the American people, to people like me, who finally were no longer a criminal. And now I'm feeling like a criminal again after just 2 or 3 days. They're telling me that I'm a bad person all over again after I fought all these years just to not be one. Things need to change. We need to stand up. We need to speak our voices out against this unconstitutional, undemocratic law that was written into place in a spending bill that it had no business being in. Shout out to Senator Rand Paul and Ted Cruz. Thank you for fighting the good fight. We need more politicians in this battle right now that understand that what they did was wrong and understand how severely devastating it will be to many Americans across the country. Veterans, farmers, and even consumers like me. I love the plant. I have always loved the plant. I will always love the plant. This is a war on a plant that can save humanity, not just for its medicinal purposes, but a plant that can save humanity environmentally as well. We can make fuel out of its seed. We can make composite. We can make housing, cars, anything you can imagine, all out of hemp fiber, which is extremely strong and durable. Hemp really is the way of the future. Jack Herrera saw that in a vision a very long time ago, and he made his voice heard. Now I want to make my voice heard like he made his. Things need to change. We need to do something. We need to do something now. People's lives are being ruined as we speak. And the politicians don't even care. We need to regulate, not ban. We need to get together as a country and set limits and regulations and safety compliance measures instead of banning something overnight that will decimate a $28 billion industry. And also, not to mention the amount of black market that it can create essentially by doing this so suddenly and abruptly. I don't know what they were thinking, but I do know that the alcohol companies are to blame. They asked Congress to act, and Congress swiftly and immediately did, because we all know how important alcohol is in this country. Now, I'm sure many of us can understand why alcohol asked for this ban. It's obvious, because people would prefer to use hemp products over alcohol. And the reality is that whether you use marijuana with THC or you use the hemp plant, THCA 8, 10, it doesn't matter. It all comes from a single plant that is offering a lot more than what people can see at the moment. And at this time, this is only my first video, but I plan on making many more where I do in-depth interviews with people and I try to understand what is going on in this industry right now and what we can do as an industry to try to be better and to try to get this stuff regulated instead of completely banned, decimating an entire industry overnight without a care in the world for anybody's financial security or public opinion or anything. And the whole situation is wrong. I feel the way I feel today because I set out to learn the truth ages ago. And I found that even though there is bad in everything, there is also good in everything. You got to take the bad with the good. But anyway, I appreciate anyone that is watching. Let's get this to as many people as we can so people will understand the severity of the situation and what is really happening. Anything is better than what they're doing right now as far as these sweeps. They are sweeping through the states. They are cracking down. They said they were going to give us 1 year. They lied. They are not giving anybody any time. They're going in and they're taking everybody's inventory and they're not giving anybody any time to do anything. So this is why I've decided to make my first YouTube video. There will be many more to come on this subject. Now that you know a little bit about myself and why I'm doing this, I hope that you can like and subscribe. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's share this with as many people as we can. Hashtag hemp industry. Hashtag hemp farmers. Let's go, guys. Let's get this.